Now, as you continue on in your career and as you continue to do things that you love or do the things that you love, you're going to draw a little bit of buzz. I mean, you'll get pretty popular, and that is a good thing. You're going to have people that you know, family members, co-workers, local blogs. They're going to want to interview you. They're going to want to know more about you. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm noticing that some of you guys are struggling with particular questions that you're getting asked, or maybe you're not struggling, but you're just refusing to acknowledge these questions as legitimate questions. And I find that you're hurting yourself when you do this, when you just kind of scoff at some of these questions. So let's have that discussions. I want to talk to you guys about the top 5 questions that you automatically need to be ready to have an answer for. And today, we're gonna talk about it. But before we do that, we got to give some love to the sponsors. If you want to learn more about them, be sure to check out the links in the description of this video. And as always, man, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and let's work. Salutes to that. So let's do this. The 5 questions that every artist should be ready to answer. We're going to discuss that right now. All right, so the first question is, what's your sound? And who do you sound like? Now, I know what some of you guys are already going to say. Man, Sarge, I'm different. I'm different. Like nobody else is like me. The music that I got, the style that I got, man, ain't nobody in this world got it. Let me stop you for a moment and let me tell you something in case no one else has. You're wrong. Now hear me out, I don't mean that in a disrespectful manner. I do believe that you are truly authentic and that there's only one you, as in the person. But when it comes to music, when it comes to art in general, when it comes to sports, when it comes to media, you can always compare it to something else. Let me give you an example, because even the greatest are compared to other people. Like, let me think about people like Bruno Mars, who's super talented. Let me think about Chris Brown. Let me think about Usher. Let me think about Justin Timberlake. They're not just good artists when it comes to their music. They're great performers. But if you were to ask them, or even ask the people around them, who would you compare them to for someone that's never heard of them before? You might say Michael Jackson. And that's a good comparison. It doesn't mean that they're better than Michael Jackson. It doesn't mean that, they bite off of him or they have the same exact lyrics and clothing attire and things like that. It just means that's who we think of. That's who we could put their music up against in a Spotify playlist. So when people ask that question, what's your sound or who do you sound like? Imagine they took one of your songs and put it on a playlist. What other artists would be on that playlist that are similar to what you do? So don't take it personal. Understand that even the greatest of artists, of painters, marketers, motivational speakers, all those things, they get compared. So if they can be compared, you surely can be compared. And to put that point all together, please understand that refusing to answer that type of question, it's only going to hurt you in the long run. So for example, let's say that you're a band, you're a musician, and I ask the question, who do you sound like? And the person responds, you respond, well, I sound like Metallica. Well, how it helps you is if I'm a Metallica fan, all of a sudden I'm intrigued. You're not saying that you are or that you're as good. What you're saying is this is what I sound like, right? So when I hear that, if I'm a Metallica fan, I'm like, oh, really? That's the style? I love Metallica. I'm more inclined to go check you out now. I'm more willing to check out your SoundCloud or your YouTube or your Spotify, your Google Play, Tidal, wherever you're at. But if you just kind of go, man, I don't really know who I sound like, or man, nobody sounds like me. I just believe I'm me. I don't copy no one else's style, all that other stuff. Then honestly, if I'm the person hearing that, I might just go, all right. And they may not even check you out, because it's like, what is gonna encourage me or motivate me to go check you out unless you're similar to an artist that I already listen to. Just keep that in mind. Question number 2, who are your influences? Now, to me, this is a super easy question. This is like what we call in basketball a layup. You feel me? You can't miss this because this is a personal question to you. Who are people that you grew up listening to? As a matter of fact, like your influences don't even have to be past people. They can be past or present. This is a super easy question that honestly you can't get wrong. Now, if you're one of those few artists, please don't be one of these artists that says you don't have any influences, you didn't really look up to anybody. you're either just lying or you just crazy. You feel me? You delusional. That's a better word. You're just delusional, and we don't believe you. I'm just letting you know that we don't believe you. Everyone grew up looking up to someone. Everyone had a superhero. You feel me? Like, even if you were raised in a not so great, situation, and your superhero wasn't a cartoon, I guarantee you your superhero was a family member, or it was a singer, it was a rapper, it was someone from a favorite television show. You had that superhero, that Superman, that Superwoman, whoever that is, and a lot of times it ends up being another musician or artist, rapper, singer when you are an artist. So again, that's a layup. That's an easy question. Be ready for that one. The next question is, what inspired your music, being the song, the album, or even your stage name or band name? Now, answering this question is vital. It's super, super important, because this is what's going to help you stand out from everyone else, right? Because everyone's releasing music. Everyone's releasing a song. Everyone's releasing an EP or an album, all those other things, right? But this is going to help you separate yourself, because if you're explaining the motivation behind something, now I'm going to be connected to you. So if you were motivated to release a song and it's about heartbreak and a breakup, explain that, because every single person on planet Earth has experienced a breakup or a situation where you like them more than they liked you, or vice versa, right? Everyone's been through that. So people paying attention to that and listening to you explain it, they're going to be like, wow, I've been through that. Man, I need to check out this song, or I need to listen to that song again so I can get a deeper understanding or get a deeper feeling for what particular lyric said. So this question is super, super important. Do not downplay the importance of this question. So when you get asked, have an answer for it. What was the reason why you named your album that? What was the reason why you gave your band or your fellow musicians their names? Where did it come from? Where did your artist name come from? Those are things that people want to hear, and that's something that you should be prepared to answer. All right, so the next question is, what are you working on? Or what's next? Now, I won't lie to y'all. This is a question that's pretty annoying. It's pretty aggravating. Why? Because most of the time when this question comes up, it's normally when either you just got off stage in performing, or you just released something new. Like, you just released a new song or an EP or an album, and then not even a week later, 2 weeks later, or even a month later, people are like, hey sis, your new song, I loved it. Hey bro, that mixtape, that album, that joint was fuego. That joint was fire, bro. But hey, when that next joint coming out? And you're sitting here thinking like, didn't you just listen to? I just dropped something new. You know how long it took me to write those lyrics, and to get it mixed and mastered, and to get the cover art, and do the music video, and market it, and push it, and get merch for it, all those things. And now you sitting here asking me when the next one coming out? Boy.
You know what really grinds my gears? You, America.
Listen, I get it. It can be super, super annoying. But the truth is, you can still answer this in a very honest yet professional way. One of the things that I do is I mention, like, the fact that as an artist, I'm always working. I'm always working on something, which should be true for you as well. You should always be working on something. And you can say something as simple as this. I just released such and such song, and I'm really excited about the release, and hopefully people will begin to digest it and sit on it for a little while. But honestly, I'm always working on something. Who knows what's going to come out next? You see what I did there? Because it gives that little anticipation. Who knows what's going to come out next? I'm always working on something new. Who knows what's going to come out next? And we'll see what happens. We'll see what the future holds. Simple. Easy. I ain't attacked nobody. I didn't attack the person that asked me the question. I may have been annoyed. Simple, easy question. And the last question is, do you want to be signed to a label, or are you going to stay independent? Now, obviously, this is a question that's pretty personal. And, this is something that you're going to want to, make that decision on your own when it's time. But please don't underestimate the value of that question as well, because if you're the interviewer, you're going to want to know. Like, if the interviewer likes your music and they've done a little bit of research, on you and things like that, and they think that you're talented and that you could go places, that's something that they're going to want to be interested in. So don't discount that question as if it's like, man, no, why they asking me this question? I'm not there yet. Ain't no one paying attention to me. Or don't, discount that question as like, man, of course I want to be signed, or of course I want to be independent. Because the truth is, everyone's answer is different. Now, these are just a few of the questions that someone could ask you that's interviewing you, but these are the main ones that you have to pay attention to. But I don't know, you guys let me know, was this helpful? Did this video help you out? If so, you already know the deal, man. Go ahead and hit that like button, then hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time I drop a new video. Also, if there's a particular topic you want me to talk about, go ahead, go into the comment section. I do read my comments and I will add your suggestion to the list. And as always, man, be you, enjoy your life, and live authentic. Salute to that, and I'll catch y'all later.